Hi everybody, welcome to Nighttime with Nina. Happy Thursday. I have a book to share with you today. When I was at the library, I was trying to get some different kinds of books from different authors, books from different places. And this one caught my eye, not only because it obviously looks like it was made by an artist, but then I looked a little more and it also is by a person not from the United States. This author, Zhu Yun, is from China. And so I'm excited to share this with you. And some of these sayings, it's kind of an illustrated book of different sayings. Some of them you might never have heard before. Some of them are kind of old-fashioned. And some of them are things you probably have heard before. And it just goes along with kind of our theme of words. Yesterday we did Nothing Rhymes with Orange. The 2 days before that, we did books that were made up of only one word. And this one is a book about the way words can be put into sayings, some that we use and maybe some that we don't really use anymore. But here we go. This is called Up, Down, Inside, Out. And the whole book, all the illustrations, are made with only 2 colors. A watched pot never boils. And as I read them, maybe you should think about what they mean to you. That one just makes me laugh because right now I actually do have a pot of water boiling on the stove to cook pasta. So I'm not watching it, I'm reading to you instead. Liars and gossips are Siamese twins. And I think this one kind of means that people who lie and people who gossip, they maybe have a lot in common. They're both kind of dealing in untruths. I'm sorry, my dogs really want to go outside even though they just came in, so you'll hear them barking and whining in the background. A pig in satin is still a pig, which means you can make somebody look really beautiful on the outside, but if they're not a very nice person on the inside, that'll come out and show through. A little rain must fall into every house. That actually looks like quite a lot of rain falling into this house. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. This one means that you can try to make people do what you want them to do, but they have to make the decision on their own. Hindsight is 20/20, which means I could burn my hand on a pot and later I could go back and go, well, I wish I wouldn't have touched that hot pot, but I had to learn not to do it. I can look back in time and say I would have done this differently, but in the moment, I just didn't know better, so I had to do it and learn from it. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. Look at this guy with his coat full of watches and clocks. Big oaks from little acorns grow. So all of us start from something little and can turn into something pretty big and impressive. A wolf can change its coat, but not its nature. So here's a wolf out here in the forest. And here's a wolf out here in the snow. And both of them are hunters and they need to eat. 2 heads are better than 1. This I would definitely agree. A lot of times when you can't solve a problem, you need another person's help to help you figure it out. People in glass houses should not throw stones. This is actually kind of a quote from the Bible. And it's true. All cats are gray in the dark. That means, I think, that a lot of us have more in common than we have that are different. It's only when a lot of what we see on the outside is what makes us different, but on the inside, there's a lot that's the same. You are what you eat. Is this little boy going to turn into broccoli? And this little girl is apples. And I bet you guys have heard this one before. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Oh, and here's our little apple and broccoli having their dinner. The clothes make the man. Or woman. Or human, really. Too many cooks. There are a lot of cooks here. A lot of cooks here. Spoil the broth. That means too many people all working on the same problem makes the problem bigger. Sometimes. This is one of my favorites. You can catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. And for me, this one means you can always find a way to be kind to people. And it's a lot easier to make friends and meet people that will help you in your life when you're kind rather than when you're crabby. A cat in gloves catches no mice. That's true. I don't really know what that one means, but I kind of like it. And there's a little mouse hole. Oh. And all the mice escaped and are eating all the cheese. A bird in the hand. That means the one that you've got is worth 2 in the bush, which means it's better to have 1 and not even worry about the 2 that you can't get. And here we are, still with that pot. A watched pot never boils. The end. So some of those you might have heard before. Sometimes there's other ones like a leopard can't change its spots. A stitch in time saves 9. You could maybe ask your parents if they've ever heard of these. And the word for all of these kind of funny sayings is called aphorisms. So maybe you'll make up your own. Maybe yours will be, I don't even know. I'd love to hear it if you come up with a cool aphorism, or if you have a favorite one that maybe somebody in your family always shared with you. I'd love to hear it. I will be back tomorrow, Friday, for another Nighttime with Nina. Good night, everybody.